Have you been doing a lot of sitting lately? If so, you are probably very tight in your psoas muscle. The psoas muscles are part of those hip flexors. Those are the muscles that attach from the top of the leg back in the spine, and they allow us to do this, like the sitting motion. But what happens when we sit too much is those muscles tighten up and we get what's called sensory motor amnesia, where the brain essentially just locks in, loses control of those muscles, and we end up just being really tight here like this. And when that happens, you're going to get sore. It can affect your lower back because they're pulling on the lower back. Because the body works as a whole, you could even start to feel it with knee issues, ankle issues, feet issues, up into the shoulder issues, because those hip flexors are separating the top of the body from the bottom of the body. How amazing. So today I want to share with you a wonderful somatic movement flow that will allow you to release those muscles and get you feeling so much better really quickly. A lot of us think that it's all about stretching, but what happens when you try to stretch is the stretch reflex that our body has to protect us from overstretching kicks in and it pulls back. So it's kind of like putting on the brake and the gas at the same time. That's why you might get an immediate feeling of release or help in that psoas muscle with the stretch, but it won't last. Somatics will allow your results to last. Hi, I'm Renee McLaughlin. I'm a somatic movement educator and a trainer, and I can't wait to share this with you. Now, before I get started, and I promise you I'm going to, will you just go right below, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel so you get notifications, if you ding the bell, of all my new videos helping you to look and feel fantastic. All right, let's get right going with this beautiful somatic movement flow. You ready? We're going to roll down onto our backs, go down in a way that's support and safe for you. All right, so I always like to begin just having my legs down in front of me and my palms up, just getting a mindful sense of what do I feel like right now. So a lot of times in a class that I might teach, we stay here a little bit of time, really getting a sense and doing some good deep breathing to relax the whole nervous system. The brain works best when we are relaxed, and somatic movement flows are actually working on the root cause of the tension, which is the brain, because the brain is what controls the muscle. This is actually a brain re-education. So just lying here, feeling what you're feeling in the hip flexor area, if you're feeling tight or open, if you feel one side is more open than the other side, that's great information for you to have. All right, here we go. So to begin, I'm going to bend my left leg to here to start. And I'm going to bring it up just to wherever it wants to go. I'm not going to try and bring it in close to my body. I'm just going to leave it right there. I'm going to intertwine my hands and just hold right here. It's just as a support. We're going to begin to work with the leg that's down. So we're going to work in different angles because there are different angles of the psoas muscle, right? So the first angle that I want you to do, you can even watch it from my foot, we're going to rotate the whole leg. I'm going to flex my foot a little so my toes are working straight up to the ceiling. That's the psoas muscle that we're going to, or the hip flexors that we're going to work on this first flow. So you're just going to, holding the knee here, I like to kind of hug my leg in a little bit. That will help support your back. And then just slowly lift the leg about 6 to 8 inches. You don't have to lift it high. And now here's the trick. You're going to super slowly release that leg down. Now there might be a point where you get a little bit of choppiness, some shaking, and if so, slow it down even more. You're going to go all the way down slowly until your heel touches the ground, and when it does, you're going to completely relax. Now you'll notice that when you completely relax, your leg will externally rotate, the foot will be out, and most likely you're going to feel this leg that's in your hand start to just automatically come closer to your torso. That's one way you know that you're releasing your psoas. So now we did it one way. Now the leg is flopped out to the side and we're going to be lifting from there. So now we're lifting more from the inside of the leg. So I'm just going to move mine over, make sure that my whole leg is rotated, not just the foot. And I'm going to feel the lift from the inside of my ankle. So I'm flexing my foot, I'm lifting it straight up about 6 to 8 inches, but now I'm at a different angle. And I'm going to slowly release it down. The slower you go with the release, the better results you'll have. And you'll find an angle that might be harder than others. This one wasn't too bad for me, not too choppy. Again, my leg touches and I completely relax. So when you do somatic movement flows, it's really important that you completely relax all the tension, especially in the muscles that you're working. That's all part of the re-education of the brain. And now we're going to take the leg to the complete opposite. So right now the toes are out. Now I'm going to lift my leg and rotate the whole leg. So my foot is now facing the center of my body, still flexed. And now I'm going to feel the lift. For me, I like to kind of connect to the outside of my ankle and lift this way. And that's going to feel like it, for me, being a little more challenging right now. It's great to shut your eyes so you can really focus in on what's happening. And I'm getting a little bit of shaking. So I'm going to slow it down. The shaking is where you've lost control. And then as soon as my leg touches, whoop, I'm going to completely relax. The foot will draw in. And just notice how much closer this leg is to my torso. I haven't done anything. When the psoas releases, the leg automatically comes in. So now I want to see how that leg feels compared to the one that I didn't work yet. So I'm just going to bring them both down again. Lay here with my arms out, my palms to the ceiling. And boy, I can feel so much more opening turned out on that leg that I just worked than the one that hasn't been worked yet. So let's see if I can even them out. So I'm going to bend this leg, bring it up to I call it a tabletop, intertwine my hands, just holding the leg here. Let's do the other leg. So I'm going to rotate the whole leg again for the toes to be straight up to the ceiling. I'm going to hug in just a little bit and lift that leg up. And I can already tell just with lifting, you will too, where you're going to have a bit of challenge. And what does that mean? It means that there'll be shaking. You might find the leg kind of going down in chunks. And this is again where the brain's lost control over the muscle. And we're just bringing the brain back online, if you will, because you want to be able to control the muscles in your body, not have them control you. So as soon as the heel touches, I'm going to relax. And again, as that foot rolled out, you might have noticed this leg comes a little closer to the torso. It's such an interesting effect that you'll have with that release. Now I'm going to rotate the leg so my toe is out to the outside, and I'm going to lift from the inside of the ankle. So here we go, lifting about 6 to 8 inches. You don't have to lift high. You'll feel it. And slowly, boy, I really feel it on that leg, kind of on the inside of the thigh leg where I'm doing it. And then you're going to just drop all the way down again when it touches, completely relax. So I did, and I just felt my leg come automatically close in. So now I'm going to take that outside leg, I'm going to rotate it all the way. So again, you're not just turning the foot, you're allowing the entire thigh, the entire leg to rotate in so that when you lift from a different part of the leg or the hip flexor. And so now once again, I'm going to lift and slowly drop it down. Closed eyes are so helpful with this one, slowing it down, noticing the muscles that contract and release as you drop on down. And once you're healed, and make sure that you go all the way down until you feel the heel touch and then relax. Sometimes we tend to go down, maybe we're an inch or two off the ground and then just drop. You don't want to do that. You want to take that release all the way to the bottom and then relax. And look how much closer this leg is to my torso. So now I'm going to again drop down, completely relax, and notice, wow, that really evened that out. So this is a complete release. You'll find yourself feeling much more open now. And then press, roll over onto your side, and come back up. That psoas release is so powerful. I'd love for you to try it and come back down and comment on how it worked for you. Now, one of the questions that I tend to get is, okay, Renee, I did it once. How often do I have to do it? Well, it will release. It's a beautiful release. You'll feel it right away, but here's what will happen. My guess is you're going to go right back and sit some more. So now those muscles get tight again. So if you're sitting a lot, it's really important to do these daily, but each time you do them, you'll find that they will lengthen. They won't get quite as tight if you start to do them every day. Everybody's a little different with how tight we start with, but it is a move to do every day, but you're going to feel that the new length will come the more that you do it. So thanks again for watching. Have a fit and fabulous day.